Hello everyone, this is Dawn over at Plot Chronicles. I'm going to be doing another series, don't know if I'll do it weekly, but basically rereading my favorite books. And with that, one of the things I want to start doing on the channel is telling you my #1 favorite book from each author. And it is kind of hard to pick one favorite book, but I might maybe have a couple favorites. So let's say the author wrote 20 books. Maybe you have 1 or 2 favorites out of those. And so that's kind of what I'm doing, because there's some books I really like that I read maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but I don't really sometimes remember enough to do a video on reviewing that book unless I go back and I read it. I recently read, and that's where I'm getting to with this video, Freida McFadden, and I'm going to do a video on just her, some of my favorite books of hers. I just recently read The Wife Upstairs. I reread it. I read it, I'm trying to think, around 4 years ago, right in that range. I really liked it. I'm just going to briefly tell you what it's about. I never give spoilers. Okay, basically, there is a woman who her name is Victoria. She has a husband named Adam. She, works at a hospital, and she meets him. He comes in to get his finger stitched up, and, he's the love of her life, and they seem to kind of have it all. But, are things really going on so well in their engagement and their marriage? You will find that out. Well, this woman, her name is Victoria, has some kind of accident where she falls down the stairs. And she is now badly hurt and needs care. And so he calls a girl in to come care for her. And it's the story of what happens. And this girl, Victoria can't speak very clearly. Well, Victoria has a diary that she kept before she, when she first met Adam, and their entire story of their life. And so you get to read the story of what happened up to the point of where she had her fall. But do you find out, is what she wrote in her diary true? Okay? And it's the story of that. There are a lot of twists and turns, especially towards the end of the book. And even in the last 5 minutes, because I listened to this on audio, the last 3 to 5 minutes, there was even twists and turns. Okay? And the last 5 minutes of the book. So it is, I think, a really good psychological thriller. There is even a couple little scary parts, but, it kind of is interesting where she's reading her diary. Is what's in the diary really true to life? Did those things really happen? And you'll find out the answer to all those things. Kind of, hey, who is this? Who's the bad person in this book, really? And so it's kind of all about that. I was quite surprised at some of the things in the book, especially the ending really surprised me. The very, very ending, the last couple pages of the book really surprised me. I don't know if I have one favorite from Freida McFadden, but I have to say The Wife Upstairs would be in one of my favorites of hers, okay? But I actually like most of her books. But what I want to do is start rereading some of my favorite books, because I have some authors that I love, but they don't write that many books. They don't come out with books all the time. And then there's other authors that come out with books every 6 months, like Danielle Steele, Freida McFadden. They're always coming up with new books. But then there's other authors that I love that they don't come out with books as often. And so I want to reread some of those and share some of those with you. I love the idea of sharing with you guys my favorite authors, as well as sharing some of my favorite books from those authors. So let me know what you guys think of this new series idea. And if you like Freida, what's one of your favorite books that you've read of hers? That's all I have to say for now. Love you, appreciate you. Hope to see you on tomorrow's video. Bye, everybody.